Alerting you to breaking news out of Pasco. Police investigating a death at Chiawana Park. A man found dead in a car submerged at the boat launch less than an hour before he was due in court as a defendant for day 5 of an ongoing child rape trial. Alerting you to breaking news out of Sela. Charges filed in the death of 4-year-old AJ Funderburg. Sela police accusing his father, Preston, of killing the young boy. Details limited right now. Police on scene did not share any details with our reporter, but we know it happened near North Shepherd Place off Kennewick Avenue. Thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Zander Adams. Brendan Jin is in Benton City tonight. He spoke with the National Weather Service, getting a mixed answer on if all that extra water offers any extra help. Another look at those raging flames here. A scary situation for one woman, Ashley Gould, who tells us she was on the dock when the fire broke out, ready to jump into the water if she had to, when a Honda blew through a stop sign, smashing into the Explorer and flipping it over. You see it right there. Deputies say the Honda took off and they haven't been able to find the driver nor the car. Many of the people arrested through this data sharing had no criminal record, and one was beaten by agents on the side of the road. The Prescott School District fighting to keep itself running as a state petition could dissolve it. A closure would leave faculty without jobs and force families to enroll their students in other schools. Police are investigating a stabbing killing a man last night in a parking lot. It happened around 9:30 at the Dollar Tree off Kennewick Avenue. Officers finding 26-year-old Ali Al-Jabori had been stabbed. NonStop local Stephen Hogenkamp spoke with the representatives behind this bill, and this is something, Stephen, they say is a long time coming, addressing a massive backlog in the courts. Majority Leader of the Washington State House is apologizing after admitting he was intoxicated during a recent hearing. Yesterday, Representative Joe Fitzgibbon said he made a serious mistake by consuming alcohol before the committee met on Wednesday night. On September 20th, the FBI got a tip out of Florida reporting a TikTok post Ashby made detailing the plan shown in these court documents. It would tax Washingtonians who make more than $1 million in a year, nearly 10%. Governor Ferguson has pushed for this tax, calling for the revenue to help working-class families. As artificial intelligence technology rapidly grows and evolves, so do the legal and ethical concerns surrounding how it's used. Brendan Jin joining us in studio. And Brendan, most of those bills didn't make it to public hearings in the first place. Washington is ranked dead last in police staffing for 15 years, and new numbers show the state falling even further behind. Our top story tonight, the Pasco School Board holding a special meeting discussing next steps as the district's renewal levy fails by 59 votes. People all across the nation ring in 2026 with a super cool tradition. And by super cool, I mean an ice cold polar plunge. One Washington town took a freezing dip in hopes of breaking a world record.
Team Oldies or Team Goalies? Who do you guys got?
I got Team Oldies. You know, you
Team
can't
Oldies?
teach that veteran experience,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
They're learned, they're seasoned, they've been there, they've been through this, they know what's on the line. You got to take the Oldies.
What about Team Rough, Team Fluff?
Team Rough.
Team Rough?
Yeah, they're rough. Going on out there. See a lot of colors behind you there, Ziggy, and I'm just still holding out hope that we'll see at least a kiss of sun sometime soon.
We'll pucker up, Zander.
Appear to be spreading anymore, at least for the hour that we've been here since around 5, even with the wind blowing as it is. Let me pick up some brush here and try to give you an idea. The wind just wipes it away. The explanation we got from Clayson's lawyer today was the same as the last time these court dates were pushed back. The defense says they're still waiting to see all the evidence in the case against the state trooper. WashDOT says roads will stay closed, even if they appear to be clear, until they deem it safe to travel on them. Again, the governor saying this historic flooding. The crew here at Hubby's wasted no time getting back up and running to keep dishing out some of that pizza. You see here from the inside, this is the part of the dining room that they had to block off. Obviously, with the damage just past this plastic sheet and this plywood, it's not stopped the customers from coming in and ordering that pizza. Let's give you a look. We've seen customers coming in and out all day. So the question, why not make these products with less THC and keep the CBD? Well, it's not as simple as just picking and choosing how much of each you want. It can be done, but it's a complex process, which for many producers effectively makes this a ban that could upend a growing industry. 1 million tires, give or take, have been piling up here on Twin Bridges Road in Richland over the past 2 decades. Now, some money from the state could finally clean up this heap. State Patrol had 10 DUI drivers, 122 aggressive drivers, and 417 speeders. That against this year makes for 3 fewer DUIs, nearly 2 dozen fewer aggressive drivers, and most notably here, 124 fewer speeders. But for those that rely on surface water, like what we get from our rivers,
Well, the impact stretched from the Yakima Basin deep into Kittitas County. Till the water supply becomes more reliable, growers here in the drought-stricken Yakima Basin are at the mercy of Mother Nature. But it's not just a matter of irrigation. They're staring up at a wall of problems that can feel as numerous as the apples in this orchard. Councilmember Teresa Hancock has championed this investigation into Mike Gonzalez throughout this extensive leave. Still see all this smoke billowing up. As we speak, there is ash falling from the sky. In some cases, sticks that burn up this long falling from the sky all around us. No word on any cause for this fire, but for now, we'll send it back to the Weather Center with Chief Forecaster Ziggy Zaroka as he takes a look at how the warmer weather we're seeing today and any winds could affect crews fight against this through the evening. Ziggy. Prompting level 3 evacuations 2 weeks ago, and now the aftermath of that. A very recent reminder of the damage to Oregon's land. We see obviously a lot of charcoal on the ground here, burnt fencing, burnt plants, and a lot of ash stretching down to the river. Perhaps the biggest question mark is how the state will make up for a $2.3 billion budget shortfall. That millionaire's tax wouldn't help here as it would start bringing in revenue in 2029. Police in Tri-Cities had backup over Water Follies weekend. An eye in the sky from Washington State Patrol's aviation unit.
Smokey 4, Kennewick over Tri-Cities.
They go by Smokey 4, and they make quick work of dangerous drivers.
They easily do 10 contacts an hour.
I hopped in their Cessna 206 ahead of their emphasis patrol to get an idea of how they operate.
Proceed on course, runway 3 right, cliff takeoff.
Right, cliff takeoff.
Pilot Bart Maupin and Tactical Flight Officer Bryce Keene do most of their patrols on the west side, so when they take off here in the Tri-Cities, there's good reason.
We're going to expect about 65,000 additional attendees, so we want to make sure we have enough manpower to keep our community safe.
This Water Follies weekend, state troopers in Benton and Franklin counties made 7 DUI arrests, pulled over 100 aggressive drivers, and stopped 293 speeders. The aviation unit helps out with the boat races yearly. Trooper Daniel Mosqueda noted one dangerous incident in 2024 on I-82 south of Kennewick.
The only reason we were able to stop this 18-year-old male driver that was doing 161 miles an hour was because of our aviation units helping us on the ground.
The crew uses this camera, equipped with speed tracking technology and infrared capabilities. It's not radar. The system calculates the speed with a simple distance over time equation.
We just zoom in on them, and to get the speed, all I have to do on the touchscreen here is touch them and drop the first point there, and then a certain amount of distance has to go by before we can get a certified speed reading. So once that happens, I'll lay another point directly on top of the truck again. There it is right there. Lay another one right on top. Okay, they're going 56 miles per hour.
When they do catch a speeder or other reckless driving,
ground units will hopefully intercept them and then guide them right to them.
Even being nearly a mile high, they often spot them out the window first.
Here comes one other direction, left lane. Coming up on the split there.
I didn't get to see them catch any crime this time around, but they usually keep busy.
Everyone wants to behave today, huh?
Yeah.
I want to ride along in King County. Not the case.
Yeah. Some nights in King County we'll do 3 or 4 pursuits in a night.
Wow.
So.
And besides, this view was exciting enough itself.
Gorgeous view right over the water like this.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
1 million tires, give or take, have been piling up here on Twin Bridges Road in Richland over the past 2 decades. Now, some money from the state could finally clean up this mess. What began as a startup company repurposing used tires,
putting concrete in them, use them as highway barriers, it's never came to be.
Leaving behind 280,000 cubic feet of rubber, enough to fill 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools.
We ended up getting a court order about roughly a year ago to abate and clean it up.
Now, the Washington Senate earmarking $3.2 million in its capital budget proposal for the Department of Ecology to take on the project.
The amount of funding we have statewide to deal with waste tires is only $600,000 a year. So this is far beyond what we can do with our existing funding.
Not just hard on the eyes, but a risk to public safety and the environment.
Big fear is that they catch on fire. There was a famous incident in the city of Everett back in 1984 that became national news. It burned for 7 months.
A fire that's hard to fight, billowing pungent smoke loaded with hazardous chemicals.
If we can get rid of these, if we can safely dispose of them, that's the best thing for everybody.
Cleanup on the 5-acre lot, also clearing more space for development on the industrial zoned land.
We are going to be doing a master plan for that area for Horn Rapids. Family wage job employers is what we'll be looking for.
Well, here in Richland this Tuesday afternoon, dozens of people gathered here at John Dam Plaza on George Washington Way for a rally. It was put on by Indivisible Tri-Cities. They called it Save Our Workers, Save Our Healthcare. Now, I counted at least 60 people across the street here this afternoon. The signs they were carrying, kind of a mixed bag. Anything from messages pertaining directly to this demonstration and other ones more broadly pointed at Washington, D.C. and the president.
Threat in our area has been pretty high in terms of the science community, the federal employees. We've seen a lot of furloughs and jobs and being put at risk. And of course now being in a smaller place and threats to Medicaid and Medicare, and people are seeing the effects of that right now.
Basically, I'm a Marine and I took an oath to support the Constitution, and I did it all during my active service, and I'm out here doing it right now. We want the changes to happen to this administration for what they're doing to our America.
Loren there tells me they hope Congressman Dan Newhouse hears their message, as he hasn't been in town recently and has not participated in things they've asked of him. I reached out to his office and did not hear back.